Every day, some 800 million vehicles consume roughly 7 billion liters of fuel, keeping gas stations around the world filled with this flammable liquid, an incredibly complex and potentially dangerous task. But have you ever wondered how gasoline is produced? We visited the oil industry in the United States, in Texas, to find out how gasoline is produced from crude oil. This place is among the most influential globally. The U.S. oil industry is based in Texas, where drilling has been taking place since 1894. However, it was not until 1901 that the oil industry experienced a surge, with one extraction company tripling U.S. oil production overnight. Since then, nearly 60 billion barrels of oil have been extracted from Texas, and if the oil companies calculated correctly, there are reserves for about 10 billion more barrels yet to be extracted. Crude oil is not only the main fuel for vehicles, but also provides 50% of the energy we need. Petrochemical derivatives are essential for most everyday products, such as plastics, asphalt, tires, cosmetics, and pharmaceuticals. This black, sticky, pungent-smelling liquid is crude oil, the main raw material for making gasoline. Buried in the depths of the earth, millions of years ago, plants, animals, organisms, and small creatures died, falling to the seabed and being buried under the sediment. Over the centuries, this organic material underwent a chemical transformation due to heat and pressure, turning, some 250 million years later, into one of the world's most crucial energy sources. This is Texas black gold, the best there is. On this hot, humid morning, the team begins its work, which involves drilling a new well each month. More than 2,000 new wells are drilled each month in Texas, collectively extracting more than 900,000 barrels of crude oil per day. To maintain the flow of crude oil, producers such as Occidental Petroleum Corporation drill an average of 1 new well per day after identifying potential oil and natural gas reserves underground through seismic technology. Although this technology helps to a certain extent, oil exploration still remains a gamble. If the well is productive, crude oil is sent to the refinery where it is processed into gasoline, diesel, aviation fuel, and other products. But finding the oil and extracting it from the ground is only half the challenge. To access oil in this area, known as the thermal basin, crude oil is found at depths of up to 4,000 meters, trapped inside 542 million-year-old rocks. To reach the oil, huge motors are used to drive a diamond-coated drill bit into the ground. However, friction generates a huge amount of heat, so water is continuously pumped under pressure to cool the drill bit, carrying debris to the surface in the form of mud. It is noisy and extremely dangerous work. The pressure of the drill must be exact. Too little and it will not cut, too much and it will break. In addition, there is a risk of gas emissions during drilling that could lead to catastrophic explosions. While drilling, the team must constantly add sections of drill pipe using a 5-ton automatic torque wrench as the drill advances at a rate of 5 meters per hour. This onerous task must be repeated every couple of hours, 24 hours a day. If luck is on their side, they will strike oil. Initially, the pressure of the trapped oil causes it to flow through small holes in the pipe and up to the surface. But this natural pressure does not last forever. A plunger pump is used to maintain the flow of oil. For deep wells, the circular motion of the engine flywheel is converted to vertical motion, acting like a giant metal syringe that draws oil to the surface. Fluid from each well exits through a pipe, and pipes from all wells connect to a main line that leads to a gas removal container. The fluid contains carbon dioxide, hydrogen sulfide, and natural gas, all of which must be extracted. These pumps are used to harvest Texas black gold, but these oil fields are far from the places where the oil is needed, So a series of pumps push the oil into a pipeline for a 1,000-kilometer journey to its destination. This is the largest oil refinery in the United States, with more than 8,000 kilometers of metal pipelines covering 10 square kilometers. This plant can refine over 562,000 barrels of crude oil per day. The noise is so loud that the plant's 4,000 workers use more than 1 million ear protectors each year. This place is so vast that it not only processes Texas crude oil, but also refines oil from around the world. Crude oil contains a mixture of hydrocarbons, each with a different number of carbon atoms. The hydrocarbons have different weights. Propane is the lightest, while the heaviest is used for asphalt. The team removes and treats the hydrogen sulfide, converting it into sulfur, which a local farm buys and uses as fertilizer. After heating the crude oil to over 370 degrees, it is pumped to the base of a tower where it rises as steam, similar to boiling water. As they cool, the molecules condense. Heavier molecules settle to the bottom, while lighter molecules, such as gasoline and kerosene, continue to rise until they, too, condense and can be extracted through a siphon. From every 191 barrels of crude oil, 88 liters of gasoline, 48 liters of diesel, about 26 liters of kerosene, nearly 7 liters of propane, and 32 liters of other products, such as lubricants and plastics, are extracted. This plant produces enough gasoline for a car to travel to the moon and back 770 times. The fuel is tested in an old engine that evaluates its resistance to knock, a phenomenon that occurs when fuel ignites spontaneously by compression in the engine cylinder. Then, the lab can provide the data to the refinery to correct any errors in the mix and ensure perfection. It's time to open some valves to flow gasoline through underground pipes to nearby terminals. From there, it goes into huge tanker trucks. However, filling a tanker truck is riskier than filling a car's gas tank. A mistake while loading or unloading the truck could result in a serious explosion. The metal body can generate sparks due to static electricity, so the first step is to ground the truck with a cable and activate overload protection sensors. A second pipe, known as a vapor recovery pipe, absorbs the emitted vapors to prevent them from escaping into the atmosphere. About 4 million liters of gasoline are transported to gas stations every day. After pouring gasoline into large tanks, it is ready for consumption. The next time you fill up and think about the high cost of fuel, take a moment to recognize the sweat and toil of the workers and oil producers who make it all possible. If you want to know how toilet paper is produced, click the screenshot above. Like the video if you liked it and share it with your friends. Also, subscribe to this channel by turning on notifications to keep learning. Thank you for watching.